Hello and welcome back to another episode of Project Oarai. And I just want to start off this episode by saying thank you to everyone, because I noticed the other day that we've hit 100 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. I never thought in a million years doing this that I would get even 50 subscribers or even like 25, even something as low as that. I just decided to do this because I wanted to document my city Skylines stuff, because I always build stuff and then delete my save, or I go and build something else instead in a new save and I never come back to it. And I thought it might be cool because I build that much stuff that maybe other people might want to see it as well. And the fact that so many of you watch the videos, you like them, you comment on them, is great to see. So I just want to thank you all again for subscribing and being here with me while I build stuff. So yeah, anyways, less of that. Let's crack on with the video, shall we? Now, this video is a little bit different because it is still part of the power plant, but it doesn't really have much to do with it. So let me just start by saying that I was trying to figure out how and what I was going to build next. It took me at least maybe a day or two just to even figure out what I was going to build, because I was looking at Google Earth and I was looking at what I'd already built and then what there is left to still build. And I didn't want to build the top right area of the nuclear power plant. Wow, I really should have had Google Earth up right now to kind of show, so it kind of makes sense what I'm talking about. I'll just have to note that for the future. But I didn't want to build the top right of the nuclear power plant, because then I'd have to get the right length of the nuclear power main facility, it looks like, that's at the bottom of where the ocean is. So I wasn't sure how far I was going to build out at top, so I decided not to do that. And then I thought, well, what about if I do the main facility at the bottom? But then I noticed it goes out into the ocean, and it goes out a certain distance, and it's got like some wave protection stuff that goes out as well. And I hadn't yet done a coastline or a beach yet, so I wasn't sure how far the ocean I should go out into the ocean. So I was at a real loss, like what I was going to build, where I was going to build. So I've decided to build the left area first, which kind of has nothing to do with the power plant, realistically. I looked, there are some buildings that could have been a part of the nuclear power plant, but it looked like there was that much there, and I didn't have the room to build all of it. Or at least some of it, to be honest, in the way that it was set out on Google Earth. So what I've opted for is I'm going to be missing out the middle part. If you go back to part 1 of the power plant, you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. I really should have just added in Google Earth to show and explain what I'm talking about here, because there's no reference for you people listening to what I'm saying. So yeah, I've decided to get a mountain that's a little bit to the left of the power plant and replace it with what is currently there. And it's going to be like a solar panel farm minus the houses and the farms. So I want the solar panels to look like they're just being built, like they're just being added to the area of the nuclear power plant. So I've done the solar panel farms in a way that you can see the area's still being built and they're still being put down and built by people. So it's not fully done. It looks like a work in progress. So that was my idea for this section. It's basically just going to be a cliffside, a beachhead, and a solar panel farm when we get round to it. And that is this episode. And next episode, which should be next week if all goes well, will be the main facility of the nuclear power plant. If all goes well. It should do. I can't see there being a problem with it. but that is my plan. But I really needed to get this cliffside beach figured out, and the size of it and how far it was going to come out, because I just had no idea. I was trying to place things down and figure out other stuff like I'd said, and it just wasn't working for me. So we have this episode that's, yeah, it's still part of the power plant because it's going to help us build the power plant. Anyways, I'm going to leave you with the rest of the episode now, because I've explained myself, because I wasn't too sure about if I should do this episode, because this is meant to be the nuclear power plant and this kind of has not much to do with it, but it's helping to build the nuclear power plant. So in my head, it's part of the nuclear power plant. Anyways, like what I said, I'm going to leave you with the rest of the episode now, and I hope you enjoy. And like always, I'll see you all in the next one.